Hey guys, Linda here. Welcome back to Adore All. Hope everyone's having a fantastic day today. Coming to you with another video. Keeping my fingers crossed that I can keep these videos, keep pumping them out every Monday and Friday. Yeah, keep your fingers crossed for me too, because yeah. I just need to keep it rolling. That's with anything. Like when you start exercising, oh, I'm going to do my exercise. You start out good doing it every day, and then couple of days you quit doing it, then after that you don't even feel like doing no exercise no more. But I'm gonna try to keep these videos rolling. So I'm coming to you today. I know I mentioned I wanted to come back and share some books I've read in 2023 with you. I got quite a few books here, so let's get started. First up, I have Jessica Scott. This is in the Coming Home series, and this is book number 4. I don't know, it's quite a few books in this series, but you know, I always start out of order, so I started with number 4. I read the back of it and it sounded really interesting. This book is set in the military. All of these books are set in the military. And I haven't read a book like this where both characters were in the military. Usually it's the male in the military, but usually he be done retired or something, or he's a Navy SEAL and he's in, you know, he's in the Navy or something like that. But in this one, this is set in the Army, and he's in the male character. His name is Riza Iconelli. Hope I'm pronouncing that right. And her name, the female character name is Emily Lindbergh. And she's a psychiatrist and she's a captain. She outranked him because he's a first sergeant. And they meet when one of his men, I think Riza just got back from overseas. His company just got back from overseas. And I think one of the guys is having a hard time. And he has to go and see a psychiatrist. And that's how Riza and Emily meet, through one of his men having to actually go and see her because he's having a hard time. And Riza is also having a hard time. He got a drinking problem, but he don't want to believe he got a drinking problem. So him and Emily always butting heads, and I think he ends up showing her around, or he invites her to come to one of his him and his men are doing some training. And I guess he feel like I don't know if she just got in the military or she just came to, because they're gonna be stationed at Fort Hood, and I think this is her first station at Fort Hood, I think. And I don't think Riza thinks she know anything, so he gonna be showing her around. And I think he invited her to one of his, him and his men are doing some kind of training. He gonna invite her to one of his training, and it's gonna go from there, them getting to know each other, so the hate gonna turn to love. But the big thing is gonna be with him drinking a lot, because he don't think he has a drinking problem, and she gonna tell him he does have a drinking problem. So it's gonna go from there, and they're gonna fall in love. I really enjoyed it. I gave it a high 3.5 star. So if you want to try it out, I think you'll enjoy this. Like I said, if you like books on the military, I think you will really enjoy this. And again, this is Jessica Scott, All For You, and this is book number 4 in the Coming Home series. So if you don't like reading books out of order, but I think you can read this out of order, because they're all on different characters, and all are going to be about something different. It's not going to be a theme going through each one of them, because it's just going to be about a different character. So but if you got to think about reading out of order, maybe you can go and find the first book and read it. It's another book in this series I wanted to read, but it's not the first book. I think it's on down the line there. Yeah, I always read book out of order, and I wanted to read that one. But reading this didn't make me want to go back and start the whole series. Yeah, it was, like I said, I gave it a high 3.5 or 4 star. Or I can round it off to a 4 star, but it was a high 3.5 star. But I enjoyed it. Have any of you read this? Have any of you read any book by Jessica Scott? This is my first book by her. And this was also a signed copy. When I saw this, it's got an autograph by the author on here. I looked in here and saw that it was signed by the author. And I think I got this from Paperback Swap. I think so. But I remember or either I got it out of Paperback Swap or Reveal Book Box. I remember getting this from somewhere. I can't really remember. But I enjoyed it. It was an okay book. Next, I have J.C. Burton. This was on my old TBR. has been on my TBR forever. This is one of them books that you start reading, but it don't catch your interest right away, so you can put it down, and then you'll forget about it, and then you're like, oh, I was reading that book. Because I said, this is going to be the last book I read by Jason, but I think this is the second book I done did like that. It didn't catch my interest enough to make me want to, like, finish it in one day or something like that. I can put it down and come back to it, a whole year later. But I finally finished it, and it was pretty interesting. It was okay. I gave this a 3.5 to, I gave this a high 3.5. I didn't round off to a 4. I just gave it a high 3. And I think I just gave it a 3. Let me look at my paper here. I think I just gave it a 3.5 star. Oh, what was it? Make Me Stay. Where is that at on here? I think I just gave this a 3.5 star because this is one of small town. I'm not a big fan of small town. I know a lot of people like small town romances, but yeah, they don't do it. They just like second chance romances for me. Small town romances, I don't know. It's okay, but yeah. It's not my favorite. I'll put it like this. I can read it better than I can read a second chance romance, but it's not my favorite scenario. How about that? And this is on Samantha, what is her name? Samantha Razor and Reed McCormick. And Reed come back to town, to his hometown, because him and his brother are trying to buy a building that I guess the city has decided to, the town has decided to tear down, and that building has been in their town for a while, and they didn't want to get rid of it, so they bought the building. And Reed is a contractor. He's an architect too, so he come back, and I think one of his brother is also a contractor. And they decide to redo the building and fix the building up where downstairs will be offices, or no, downstairs will be businesses where they want to rent out, and you can open your business downstairs. Then on top, you got the offices upstairs. So that's why he come back to town, and that's where he meets Samantha, and she own a flower shop. And the biggest thing is that's going to be between them is that, is he going to stay, or is he going to go back to the city? I think he's from Philadelphia. I think it was. He had left town and went to Philadelphia, and because he started his own business there. He got his own business in Philadelphia. I think it's Philadelphia. I think so. Well, it's some city. He moved to the city and started his own business there, but he just took leave to come, and he took leave to come there and help his brothers build the building up to the building that they bought, that they want to redo. And he came there to help them. And so he's going back down memory lane with his brothers, and also falling for Samantha. And that's the biggest thing that's going to happen between them. Is he going to stay, or is he going to return to the city and go back? But like I said, it was okay. It was an okay book. And this is in a series. I don't know how many books are in this series. This is the Hope series. And this was book number, let's see what I got on. I wrote my stuff down on paper this time. Make Me Stay. I think this is book number 5. I think so. I thought I had wrote it down on this paper, but it's not on here. I think this is book number 5. And like I said, I would say I wasn't going to buy any more Jason Burton, because they start out real slow. They don't hold my interest right away. But it was a character in this book. You know what kind of man I like. I like the strong, silent type. So it was a character in here. I think this may be a 6 or 7 book series too. And his name is, you know how at the end of the book they might put a little story in here of the other books coming up. And I think it's Don't Let Go. I think so. That's what I think what it's called. Yeah, here it is right here. So they introduced this character in here. He's the strong, silent type. I was like, you done hooked me. So that made me want to go and read his story, because I said I was going to read another Jason Bird, but I'm going to have to do it because she caught me with that character. His name is Brady Connors, and he's going to be like a, he's a mechanic. He work on motorcycles, and he also drive a motorcycle. And it's going to be him and a female in here that he meets in here, because she really likes him, but he hard to talk to because he don't talk too much. He's the strong, silent type, and that's my kind of hero. yeah, so yeah, you know I had to go and try to find that book. Yeah, I'm gonna dive back into another J.C. Burton. I ordered that one from Paperback Swap, so I'm just waiting for it to come in. And I think that would be book number that came after this book. So I think this was either book number 4 or 5. And what did I say that name of that book was? Don't Let Go is going to be book number 6. So yeah, I'll let you know when I get that book. Yeah, she caught me. I won't be like no more Jason Burton, but yeah, I'm gonna have to read that one, and I'll let you know what I'm gonna see. Is it gonna start? Is it gonna catch my interest? Am I gonna read it right away, or just read some of it, put it down, come back to it a couple of months later? Yeah. But anyway, this is Make Me Stay by J.C. Burton, and this was, I think this would be the book number 4 or 5 in the Hope series. And next, I have to make a disclaimer because I think I went over this book in this book right here, these 2 books in my book haul, and I was telling you about that. I had the whole scenario wrong, cause yeah, what I said was going on in this book, it was this book. You can see why I made a mistake, cause they kind of look just alike. I was like, you were all off. Yep, I was. I was all off. And this is the start of an 8-book series right here. And this is The Alien Prize and The Alien Made by Zoey Draven. And this is an 8-book series, and this is the Warrior of the Luxiria. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Warriors of Luxiria. This is book 1 and book 2. Usually when she starts a series out, the first 2 books usually be on the main couple. So in book 1, you got a human that has been kidnapped from Earth by some other aliens. And then you have, what is his name? Vexian. And he's the prime leader of Luxiria. And his people are having a hard time because they're, like I said, they're, like this title said, he's a warrior. And his people are known for fighting. Because if a war is going on in another planet, the people from their planet will go to Luxiria and hire them out to come and help them fight because they are known as great fighters. So sometime during that war, something happened, and one of the planets came up with some kind of disease or something that they hit the Luxiria with, and their women can't have children anymore. So to keep his, so he's been trying, what his name is, Vexian has been trying to find a way to, keep their population going because their women can't have kids anymore. And then that's when he hear about these humans that have been taken from Earth, because in this system, they're not supposed to even go into where Earth is or in that area, but you always have one that these some aliens went over there and kidnapped a bunch of women and brought them back to this planet, and or brought them back to this universe, and now they're selling the women on the auction block, or you have to come there and fight, and whoever wins get to choose a woman. Or I think that's how it went. I think he had to fight somebody. But anyway, he decides to go to this place where they are selling, where they got these women as slaves, and to get him to see can he get one of these women to see if she will be able to, help them. I guess he's going to do an experiment to see would she be able to have kids with him or something. Because like I said, their women can't have any kids. So I don't know if he had to pay for her, but I think they had to fight and beat this person first before he was able to select a female. And this is the fated mate in this series is fated mate, and he feels a connection with her, and that's why he chooses, what is her name? Her name is Kate Harper. He chooses Kate. And then this one is all about him taking her and getting to know her and stuff like that, but it also has a lot of sexual content. Yeah. Lust turned to love, there you go. And then in the second one is about her getting pregnant and somebody trying to take his throne, and he has to fight in an arena because if, like I said, they warriors, you fight to be the leader. So he, in this one, he gonna have to, his wife is pregnant because he's gonna marry her, and they're gonna get married. And I think they got married. I don't know if they got married in this one, because in this one she wanted to go back home, and he was going to try to help her get. So that's the contingent that when she wanted to go back to Earth, but he wanted her to stay. So you don't know what's going to happen, and they end up in this one. She's going to end up pregnant, but he's also going to have to fight for his throne in this one. And she's not going to want him to fight, but that's what's going to happen in this. But I really, really enjoyed this one. I wasn't going to buy this. I had gave this a high 3.5 star. I wasn't going to buy this, but I think Zoey Draven came out and said that she was doing new covers for this. So I went ahead and bought the old cover. Bought the old cover. I just bought the book 1 and book 2, the Alien Prize and the Alien Mate, book 1 and book 2. I didn't buy any other. I read other books in this series too. But I didn't buy any other books. I just bought the first in the series. I think this is an 8-book series. Let's see. I think I did right there. Yep. This is an 8-book series on all the men who live on the Luxiria planet. And some of them I liked and some of them I didn't. So I didn't really want to buy it anymore because like I said, some of them I liked and some of them I didn't. It's one of them series that I didn't read the whole series because it started sounding just this, going on and on and on, and they start sounding the same. So like I said, I enjoy, if I want to read one, I just go and read it, but I didn't buy it anymore. I just bought this. I just wanted to get this because it was the beginning of the series, so I went ahead and bought this. And like I said, it was okay. I enjoyed it. I gave this a 3.5 star, and I enjoyed the second book a little bit better. I gave this a 4 star. And then this is a spinoff from that, but this is his own series because this guy in this book is the prime leader brother, and his brother got cast. The brother got cast out for something. I'm not gonna go there. He got cast out. He was exiled from his home, and he become a what did he become in this one? Now I really enjoyed this one. He is a mercenary. He become a mercenary, and he working for this guy. And in this one, the guy name is what is his name? Devex, and he meets a human female in here because his boss has tasked him to go and bring this female to him. And what is her name? Kara. She was one of the human that got kidnapped, but she's already been sold, and his boss hired him to find her. I don't know why. I forgot what happened because I haven't read these books in a while, so just bear with me as I go through this. I'm not good at explaining books either, but I'm gonna try. So he goes and find her, and once he do, like I said, you got your fated mate. He realized that she might be the one for him. And of course, he don't end up taking her to his boss. They ended up getting it together in this one, and then in this one, she also get pregnant. And since she's a human, she might have problem, and he's an alien. She might have problem having a baby. So he take her back to his home planet, where he gets arrested, and it gonna go from there. And I really enjoyed. I gave this a 4 star, and I gave this a 4. I gave this, both of these 4. I gave this a 4.5 star, and this was a 4 star. I think that's what I did. Let me look on my paper here and see what happened. Yep, this was a 4 star, and this was 4.5 star. I highly recommend this series right here. It's just 2 books in this series, and it's on the same couple. This is Wicked Captor, book 1, and this is Wicked Mate, book 2. Really enjoyed this. Highly recommend it. Next I have Magnus. This is book number, this is also in a series. Most of these are in a series. Yeah, you can't get away from these series. This is book number 5 in the St. Clair series, and it's 9 books in that series. And this is book number 5. This is on Magnus, and this is about this guy. He he was married and he had a child. I think he had a son, but his wife and his son end up in an accident, and he's been messed up ever since then. So he go to this cafe and he sees this woman there, and he I don't know, I want to say he's attracted to her or something, but he wants to hire her to have his baby because he feel like his life is over because he got a plan for his life, but he want to leave a legacy behind. So he wants this woman to have his baby. And so that's how he meets, what is her name? Do they have her name in here? Her name is Shiloh. And she looked at him like, are you crazy? But he eventually wears her down. And that's how their story is going to go. I enjoyed this. I gave this a 4-star. This is in the St. Clair series, but it's a long series. It was another, I think I bought another one of the book. I don't know which one it is. It's around here somewhere. I bought another one that sounded interesting. Like I said, I read, when it's a series, I just read the synopsis and see which book I want to read. I think I read the first book in the synopsis, the first book, and I read the synopsis of it, and I didn't want to read that, but because I don't went all out of order, and I got another book. I can't think of what the name of it, but it wasn't the first book that I wanted to read. I read the synopsis and I wanted to read that. So, but if you haven't read Magnus, I highly recommend it. It was good because what he want to do, yeah, I'm not gonna get all into it, but he eventually he tried to fight falling in love with Shiloh, but it don't work. And this is Magnus by Tina Martin. Highly recommend that. I really enjoyed it. I gave it a, what did I give Magnus? I gave it a 4-star. A high 3.5, 4-star. I enjoyed it. Next, I have The Maddest Obsession. This is by Danielle Laurie. This is also in a series. This is book number, let's see. This is book number 2 in the Maid series. This is a Mafia series. And yeah, of course, I read it out of order. Book 2, I really enjoyed this because this guy in this book, he worked for the FBI. I don't know if the FBI or the CIA, but he also worked with the Mafia too. So yeah, he going both ways. And then you got the female character. She's sassy. She does what she want, and she's in a Mafia family, and that's how they know each other because they can't stand each other. So it's a little hate, enemies to lovers. Yeah. So I really enjoyed this because I have my favorite male character, stoic, don't talk that much, and she be trying to get on his, she be doing everything to get on his nerve because he never breaks character, and she be doing everything to throw him off his guard, but I don't think it worked. So if you like a stoic character, if you like a feisty female character, I highly recommend this. I really enjoyed it. That's all I'm going to say about this because I can't remember what happened up in here. I would have totally forgot. All I remember was she was feisty and he was stoic. And it was the enemies to lovers. And this is The Maddest Obsession. I bought the other 2 books too because I really enjoyed this. I gave this a 4.5 star. By Danielle Laurie, and this is the Maid series. This is book number 2. I think it's a 3-book series, and this is book number 2 in that series. The Maddest Obsession. I really enjoyed it. Next, I have Tessa Bailey, My Killer Vacation. I gave this a high. I gave it a high 3.5, but I when I went back and thought about this, I'm gonna give it a 4-star. This is it's just a little book, but it packed a big punch. My Killer Vacation is going to be on, what is her name? Let's see here. His name, the male character name is Miles, and what was her name? Taylor, and her name was Taylor. Taylor go on a vacation. That's why I called My Killer Vacation. And the house she's staying at, somebody ends up dead. Was it in the bathtub? I forgot what happened. They find a dead body, and while she's on vacation, her brother gonna come and join her too, and they end up finding a dead body in the cabin that is it a cabin or a house that they what they call those houses, B&B that they're renting. I think it's a B&B, and man that get killed is the guy that is renting the place out to her. So she ends up trying to solve the murder herself. This like a one of them Hallmark movies where you got the regular female who bakes in the bakery or stuff like that, trying to solve a mystery. But she's a school teacher and she's on vacation, so she's gonna end up trying to find out what happened to her landlord. And that's how she's gonna meet Miles, because Miles is a bounty hunter. And I forgot who he's looking for. But he's a bounty hunter, and he's gonna end up there. And she's gonna be getting all in his way, because I don't know if he's looking for the guy who got killed. I don't forget who Miles is looking for, but he shows up there and they end up together, and she's just gonna be all up in his way while he's trying to figure out what is going on. And I really enjoyed this, and they end up together. And yeah, it's some steaminess going on. It's very steamy. And what I really liked about this, what pushed this over the top, because at first I was just going to give it a high 3, just give it a 3.5 star. But what pushed this over the top was at the end when she think that Miles is just going to, it was just a little fling she thinks it was just a little fling for him, and her brother are getting ready to drive back. I think, were they from North Carolina? They get ready to drive back home. And she's saying her goodbye to Miles because she thinks he's just going to get on his motorcycle and yeah, he rides a motorcycle. He's going to get on his motorcycle and just ride away, it's over with. But so she tells him goodbye, and her brother get in the car and they take off and start driving, and they think, Miles behind him in his motorcycle. And she feel like, where is he going? She think he's going to turn off at the interstate somewhere, but he keep following them. So when she pulls over, like, what is going on? And that's when he tell her that, yeah, he not going to, he follow her home, and they going to be together. I was like, yep, nope. I couldn't take it. I was like, okay, this is a 4 star. I always mention those special moments, and that was a special moment for me because Miles was behind him in that car. Miles said, "No, you ain't getting away from me. Yep, we gonna be together. That's it." Because at first he was like, he went in for a relationship, but at the end he realized, yeah, she the one for him, and he followed them all the way to when they pulled over. I really love that scene. That pushed it over the edge for me. So I gave this a 4 star just for that scene right there. Because I could just go back and read the ending of this. Because I really Miles. And this is My Killer Vacation by Tessa Bailey. And yeah, if you don't like a lot of steaminess in your books, you might not want to read this right here. But other than that, I really, really enjoyed it. And Miles pushed it over the edge for me with that last scene. Next, I have another Zoey Draven. This is Browse of the Kylorr, Desire in His Blood. This is her new series. I think I mentioned this in one of my videos, that she had a new series, and this is the new series, and this is book 1. So she already have 2 books out in this series. I read both of them. I really enjoyed this one. I gave this one a 4 stars. And as you can see, they have wings. And he's a vampire because he sucks blood. Yeah. If you want you a vampire with wings, here you go. And this is on, what is his name? This is going to be a forced marriage, because he going to have, what is his name? Azur? I think his name is Azur. And her name is Gemma Hara. Hara, that's her, Gemma. And last name is Hara, I think. I'm pronouncing that right. But his name is Allure, and her and her family are in dire straits. Because her dad, I don't know if he gambled the money. Yeah, he's doing what he don't need to be doing. But anyway, they're in dire straits. And to get out, Azure send somebody and tell them that he'll help them out of their situation if she will agree to marry him. So this is a marriage of convenience. And the reason he wants to marry her is that her father did something to his family that he wants revenge. And let's just say revenge turns to love in this situation. A favorite moment of mine in this book is when him and her are flying, and he's like flying her over a lake, and they're like right there on top of the lake. I enjoyed that scene right there. Yeah, that pushed it over the edge for me. That's another. I'll just go back and read that scene right there. I really, really enjoy. I like when he's flying her around. I really enjoyed that, and I highly recommend this. This is Zoey Draven's the first book in the Brides of the Kylorr series. I don't know how many books she's gonna do in this series, because now I think she's trying to do another book in the well, it's set in the same world as the Horde Kings of Drakkar. She's doing another book that's going to be set in Drakkar, and I think that's what she's working on now before she do the third book in this series. I like the second book, but I didn't like it as better. This was my favorite out of so far. The second book was okay. I gave it a 3.5 star. I gave it a high 3.5 star, and I gave this one a 4 star. Next, I have Blindside. This is another book in the series. This is book number, let me see what book this is in the series. This is book number 2 in the Red Zone Rival series. I really enjoyed this one. This is going to be fake dating. And he's a football player. He's going through a hard time right now because him and his high school sweetheart broke up, and he's really depressed, and he's gonna meet I can't think of what her name is. Did they put the names at the start of the chapter? His name is Clay, and her name is let's see, what is her name? I'll find it in a minute. I hope so. What is her name? Her name is Gianna. So him and Gianna meet because Gianna is like, she does their media stuff. When the media come there and want to talk to the football players and stuff like that, because yeah, he ain't in the mood to be talking to no reporters or nobody. So he kind of done pissed some people off, and she has to go in and keep an eye on him to make sure he ain't doing stuff to you know, saying stuff he ain't supposed to be saying to the reporter. So that's how they meet. And he finds out that she got a crush on this musician, and they come to an agreement that they're going to fake date because he want to make his ex-girlfriend jealous. And let's just say the fake dating going to turn to love. Fake dating turn to love because they're going to fall for each other, because they're going to be friends with benefits. And yeah, when you start doing stuff like that, somebody going to catch feelings. So, and then they start falling for each other. And I really, really enjoyed it. I like their little relationship. I like when he sneak up to her. Did she go? They went somewhere on for a game. They went on somewhere for a away game. I think she went with him, and he was sneaking up to her room. I really enjoyed this Blindside. I gave this 4 stars. And I like this cover. And this is by Candy Steiner. And I also read book, I don't know, was it 3 or 4? I don't know what the name of that. I enjoyed that one too. But I didn't. I ain't like that cover that much. I just bought that one on my Kindle. So when I do I'll just do a Kindle version of this and just show books I've read on my Kindle, and I'll show that book. I really enjoyed that too. But this one is Blindside by Candy Steiner, and this is book 2 in the Red Zone Rival series. Next, I have L. Kennedy, The Graham Effect. Really, really enjoyed this one. I gave this 4 stars. This is on some hockey players. This is on the, if you read L. Kennedy's, what was her other series? I can't think of the name of it. She don't even have it in this book here. But the girl in this series is a daughter from one of her other series. I can't think of the name of that series. But the book was called The Deal. And she is the daughter of that couple. And I think her dad's name was Graham. Because her name is Gigi Graham. And the guy in here is named Ryder. And they're going to meet. And it kind of like sound like The Deal. Because they're going to come to an agreement that they want to. Because she play hockey. Gigi plays hockey. And Ryder's play hockey. And Ryder want to get on to her Gigi's father's her father always giving some kind of camp, and Ryder wanted to be one of the teachers at her dad camp because Ryder idolized her father because he's a big hockey player. And Gigi is trying to get on the Olympic team, the hockey Olympic team for women. And so her and, because when her and Ryder first meet, let's just say they bump head, they don't like each other. Or they always arguing about something. And they didn't have a good meeting. First meeting, they didn't get along too well. And then they meet it because they meet when at her father's camp. I think Ryder showed up there, was in the camp. I don't know. I think he was showing up for the camp too. And let's just say they didn't get off on a good start. And then they're gonna meet again in college when Ryder's school that Ryder used to go to, his school is the college is gonna close, and so Ryder and a bunch of the other hockey players are gonna have to come over to, I think it's Briar U, and go to school over there and play with the school that Gigi's at, play with those hockey players. And let's just say the Briar U and the other school don't get along too good because they used to be rivals, and now they got to play together, and that didn't go over too well. There's a lot. You're gonna see a lot of contention between the two, trying to meld the two teams together to make it one, and so that they can play good together. But anyway, that's gonna be going on, and then Ryder and Gigi gonna have some contention going on. But and they're gonna come together, and he gonna help her with her skate, for her skating to get better, and she's gonna help him to try to build him up to her dad, where maybe her dad will hire him to come and work on come and help him when he have a hockey camp. And they're gonna go from there, and they're gonna fall in love as they work together. And that was like, it was just like a deal too, because they made a deal that she'll do something for him and he would do something for her. It was just like in the other how her mom and dad met. And I really enjoyed it. I gave this a 4 stars, and I can't wait till the next book come out in this series. This is book 1 in the Campus Diary series. So, and you can see it was a thick book, but it didn't seem like it because I ran right. This is one of the books I couldn't put down because I wanted to know what was going to happen. And something happened in here that I was very surprised about. I was like, that came from out of nowhere. But I highly recommend it. I really, really enjoyed it. And highly recommend The Graham Effect by L. Kennedy. Can't wait till the second book come out. And then the last 2 books are in a series. This is the Kylorr series. This is by, I'm going to try to pronounce her name, Brian Asher. This is Vines. This is the first book in the series. This is like a romantic suspense. Her books are romantic suspense. And this is on, his name is Vega Crew Vega and Addie Wentworth. They live right next door to each other. He bought this place because it's out in the country, out in the boondocks. He bought this place because he trained assassins. That's what he does, because he used to be. That's what he used to do. He was an assassin, and he trained, and they hire out to the different like CIA and FBI. When the FBI or the CIA can't do it, these guys go in and take care of the situation. And he bought this place so he can train people there, and he didn't know he was going to be living next to Addie. She trying to start a winery. And they meet when she got a bunch of cows come over onto his land, and that's how they meet and get to arguing and stuff like that. But I think he falls first, and it's gonna go from there because he's gonna go over and start, because one of the cows gonna keep coming onto his yard, and he's gonna have to keep bringing his cow back. But I really enjoyed it. This was a good start to the series. I really, really enjoyed this. And like I said, it's going to be like a romantic suspense because somebody's going to be after Addie. And, of course, Cruz is going to come to the rescue. And I really, really enjoyed this. This is Vine by, I'm going to let you see her name, Brian Asher. And this is book 1 in the Kylorr series. Really, really enjoyed it. And I do love this cover. But she done can't change the covers now, so you probably can't find it. If you wanted to get this cover, you probably can't find it because she done changed the covers. Because I didn't buy book, I wanted to buy book 3 and 4, but I didn't get them right away because, you know, these books are expensive. So when I did go back to buy the book, the covers have been changed. So I got book 3 and 4 because I did buy books 1 and 2. I got book 3 and 4 coming, but they're going to not be like this cover. But there's some nice covers, though. But it's like a, it's not a cover of with men on it. It's just going to be an alternate cover. But I did order books 3 and 4. And I have book 2 here. This is book 2. It's called Path by Brian Asher and the Kylorr series. I really, this was my favorite book. Book 1 I gave 4 stars, and then book 2 I gave let me make sure. What did I give book? Yep, I gave this 4 stars. I enjoyed it. And I gave this 4.5 stars. I enjoyed this too. I really enjoyed this one. This is on Maya Augustine and Grady Kane. Yeah, Grady has been having he's been having some hard times. Grady having a hard time. He just been what it say, he's reached his rock bottom, and that's when he gonna meet Maya Augustine. She's on the run for something. It's been a while since I read this, but she's on the run from something, and she's gonna rent a house out that because it's gonna be a house on Addie's land. Addie got a house there that they were fixing up. It's on her land, and Maya gonna show up, and she's gonna Addie's gonna give Maya a job at the winery, and she gonna give her a place to stay, and she's gonna stay in this little cabin. And I think Maya like to go running, and that's how she gonna meet Grady. Grady like to run. He gonna see, cause Grady he trained with Cruz too, and he always, cause they got cameras everywhere on this place, and he always sitting up there watching the camera, and he gonna see Maya running, and that's how he gonna get interested in her. And they gonna hit, cause he got some, I don't forget what was going on with Grady, but he had some issues going on. And Maya also has some issues going on. So they're going to help each other, you know, solve each other's problem. And he's going to help her, I think somebody after her. And he's going to help her because this is another romantic suspense. All of these are romantic suspense. And he's going to help her out with her situation. And they're going to fall in love. And I really enjoyed this because Grady was my kind of guy. The moody type. You know, I love those kind of moody guys. So really enjoyed this. Highly recommend this one. I highly recommend this series. If you like romantic suspense like I do, I think you will really enjoy this series. I really enjoyed book number 3 and 4, and they're coming pretty soon. I went ahead and ordered those after she done changed the cover on them. But I think one of the covers I didn't like, but I'll show you the new covers when I get the book. When I get those 2 books, I'll show those covers to you. But I highly recommend the Kylorr series. I think it's maybe about 6 or 7 books in that series, maybe. And I've only read book 1 through 5. But I only bought the 4 books out of the series. I haven't got the other books in the series yet. Yeah, like I said, these books are expensive. $16 a piece. Yeah. So that's all I have. Those are all the books I have. I ran out of books. That's it. I hope I describe them good enough that if you want to go read them, you would. But I highly recommend all of those. Even though some of them I gave a 3.5 star, I still enjoyed it. I still finished the books, and I really enjoyed those books. Some of them had special moments that I really enjoyed, and I will go back and read the book, and some of them I might not go back and read, but all of them, I think, if you read them, because everybody have different taste in books, so the ones that I didn't really like go all over the top for, you might go all over the top for, but all of those stories were interesting, and I highly recommend all of them. So if you feel like you want to pick them up, or if you have picked any of them up, let me know what you thought about them. Did you enjoy them? And if you haven't read them, I highly recommend those. But that's all I got for now, and I talked long enough. I hope I explained them enough that if you want to check them out, you will. Because like I said, I'm not good at explaining books. I just can come on here and tell you if I really liked it or not. I know some of these people some people be doing YouTube and be explaining book. I'm saying to myself, I wish I could explain books like that, because she really dived deep into that character psychic. I ain't diving deep. I just stay on the surface. I don't go down deep, because I'm like, I'm not good at explaining books. But I hope I explained it good enough that if you want to check them out, you will. But that's all I have for now. Until next time, keep reading those romances, and I'll see y'all later. Bye-bye.